Good morning, friends. In the last class, we have seen father of genetics, Johann Mendel, his life history, and his wonderful work in garden peas, rice and sativa. And also we have seen how he has developed the basic concepts of genetics. And today, let us see what are the laws of inheritance discovered by or invented by Johann Mendel from his work. So this is only a reminder of yesterday's class. Johann Mendel, born in the year 1822, died in the year 1884, and he experimented with the garden pea plant, and he took 7 contrasting pairs of characters like flower color, shape of the core, color of the core, position of flower. So these characteristics, 7 distinct pairs of characters taken by Mendel for his experiment, and he could devise the 3 laws of inheritance. So the first law is known as the law of dominance and recessiveness. The law of dominance and recessiveness. So here, the law simply states that in a cross of parents that are pure for contrasting traits, only one form of the trait will appear in the next generation. And offsprings that are hybrid for a trait will have only the dominant trait in the phenotype. Dominant. Yesterday we have seen dominance and recessiveness. Dominant allele and recessive allele. So, to understand it a little more simply, we have seen for every trait or character, there are 2 allelic forms of the very same gene. We call them as alleles. And these alleles are coming from the father and the mother of the homologous chromosomes. And one of these alleles will be dominant and the other will be recessive. So, we can represent the dominant allele for height of the plant, tallness as capital T, and recessive allele as small t. Okay. So capital T and small t. Here in the example I have given the color of the flower as purple, capital P, and the white flower as small p. Okay, so in the pure pairs, that means both the alleles are of the very same type. That is capital T, small t, or here in the case capital P, small t. That is homozygous condition for both dominant allele as well as recessive allele. And these allelic forms during gametogenesis will produce a single type of gamete, that is capital T and small t. Here it will undergo production division or meiosis. Here also it will undergo meiosis, whereby it will produce a single type of gamete, capital T in the case of homozygous parent with dominant alleles, and small p for parents with recessive alleles. And while making the next generation offspring, it will produce F1 generation, first female generation, and it will be joined. So all the progenies produced in the F1 generation is toy. So here the law states dominant allele is expressed and the recessive allele is remain dormant or unexpressed. So coming to the figure shown here, the flower color, purple color is represented by capital P, small p for white flower, and the gametes are capital P and small p, and the F1 generation is always purple color with the capital P and small p, and its appearance is purple in color. So the dominant character is expressed. Coming to the next generation, again, this will undergo gametogenesis and it will form capital P, small p, and if we make a cross between two F1, that is F1 into F1, it will be somewhat like this. So we have a capital T from the paternal side here and capital T, small t from maternal side. So here it will produce, the man will produce capital T, this is capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t, and it will be tall. Again, it is tall. This is tall, and this is dwarf. That is 3:1. Okay, now configuration. So here in the, for example, here we have the purple flower. It will be 3:1, 3 purple flowers and 1 white flower. Although both the parents in the cross, that is F1 into F1 to produce F2, both the parents were of purple color. There was no white parent, but the progeny produced, the reappearance of white color takes place here in the ratio 3:1. So again we come to the low. Only the dominant alleles are expressed and the recessive alleles are suppressed or masked. And the recessive character trait will be expressed only in the homozygous recessive condition. See, capital T, small t, small t. This again heterozygous condition. It is expressed as tall phenotypically, and only the homozygous recessive condition will produce a recessive trait expressed. So this is the law of dominance and recessiveness. So again coming to the law, there are two alleles of different heterozygous conditions, that is capital B, small b, and the trait associated with only one of these will be recessive, dominant, while the other will be hidden recessive. Example, here capital B is dominant, small b is recessive. So only the dominant characters are morphologically visible in the case of homozygous as well as heterozygous condition, and the recessive character will be expressed only in the homozygous recessive condition. Then, coming to the low, in a dihybrid union, the allele which expresses phenotypically is the dominant allele, while the other allele which is not expressed phenotypically is called recessive allele. And the law of dominance is often described as Mendel's first law of inheritance. Now let us move to the monohybrid cross. What is a monohybrid cross? Monohybrid cross is a cross where we consider a single pair of character. It's a cross where we focus on a single trait. For example, here a cross between a pea plant with the homozygous yellow seeds represented by the yellow colored seed and a homozygous green seed. So here we are considering only a single character, that is the seed color, whether it is yellow or green, and it produces a heterozygous progeny, where we find all the F1 generations are having the yellow color due to the dominance. Okay, and what is a backcross and a test cross? Again, it's a technical concept in genetics. Backcross and test cross. Backcross is a cross between the offspring, F1 offspring, with any of its parents, whether it is homozygous recessive or heterozygous or homozygous dominant, whatever be. So if the F1 is crossed with any of its parents, then it is a backcross. Then a test cross is a cross between the F1 and its homozygous recessive parent. Very important. It's a cross. Actually, it is a backcross. But here the parent is very specific. It should be homozygous recessive. So such a cross is called a test cross. Okay. In a backcross, the F1 hybrid is crossed with any of its parents. But in a test cross, F1 is crossed back to its homozygous recessive parent. So two examples are given here with the capital P small t. Here it is capital T small t. So in the F1, F2 all are. But in the case of the test cross, see the ratio. 50% tall and 50% dwarf. That is, the ratio is 1:1. So monohybrid test cross ratio is 1:1, whereas monohybrid normal ratio is 3:1. That is, phenotypically 3 character. One trait is 75% and 25% only the other specific character. So this is very important, backcross and test cross. Then you get a pictorial representation of the monohybrid test cross. Okay, so the ratio is always 1:1, and it is helpful to determine the genotype of the parents. To determine the genotype of parents, test cross is the test. So here the parent is a pink colored one and a white colored one. Okay, so we get all the offsprings pink colored if capital P, and if it is a capital P small p, that is again it is purple in color. The flower is purple, but the genotype is different. Capital P, small p. Here it is both capital P. But we don't know the genotype is whether it is homozygous or heterozygous. We don't know. So in order to test the genotype of the parent, we can cross it with the homozygous recessive parent, and we find that 50% of the offspring produced are purple colored and 50% white colored. That is, the ratio is 1:1. Then coming to dihybrid cross. So here di means 2. Here we are considering 2 traits at a time in a cross. So here a hybrid is produced where we consider 2 traits at a time. So here dihybrid inheritance refers to simultaneous inheritance of 2 characters. Okay, we are considering 2 characters. For example, maybe the flower color and height of the plant. So Mendel did his work. The seed shape and seed color. Shape of the seed, whether it is wrinkled or round, and seed color green or yellow. And from this monohybrid cross, he knew that round seeds were dominant, wrinkled seeds are recessive, and he chose cross between pure breeding dominant features, round yellow and wrinkled green. So, in a dihybrid course, we know it will produce 4 types of gametes. 4 types of gametes. So, if you take the example of again, the seed shape as round and color is yellow. Okay, round and yellow, like this. Okay, and this is F1. So it will produce 4 types of gametes, like this: capital R, capital Y, small r, capital Y, capital R, small y, and small r, small y. So these are the 4 types of gametes formed here. Because you can produce combinations can be like this. Okay. So 4 types of gametes are produced as a result of meiosis when we consider a dihybrid course. And we get the progeny F2 generation when F1 is close with F1 to produce F2. The final result is we get 9:3:3:1. We want to pick that ratio. We get 9:3:3:1. In a dihybrid test-to-close ratio, when an F1 is close back with this residue, double residue, we will get again 1:1:1:1. That is dihybrid test-to-close ratio. Coming to the second law, the law of segregation. So the law states that in a heterozygote, during gametogenesis, the dominant and recessive alleles are separating from each other. They were remaining together all throughout the life, but during gamete formation, these 2 alleles are now free, or they are separating from each other, and they can form independent gametes. I will take another example from our own experience. We were studying till 10th class in the same class, normally. In the same class, in the same bench, we have thick friends. But after 10th, I may be choosing one institution for my plus 2. My friend will be choosing another. There is no mandate that I should always go along with my friend to that course. Am I right? Yes. Again, I may be interested in science and my friend may be interested in commerce. Okay? Although we have studied till 10th class in the very same class, very desk or bench or the very same nearby seats, but it does not mean that now it's a time you should not separate, you should again go like this till then. No. I can choose science group even though we are in the very same school and my friend is choosing another stream. Okay. So both of us, although we are together till then, are free now. We now get separated and move to different classrooms. Similarly, the allelic forms coming from both father and mother remaining in the progeny, the hybrid, during gamete formation are free to separate. See, we have seen here, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, they were together, very same individual. And during gamete formation, they are free to separate or they separate or segregate. And these gametes recombine to give rise to the F2 generation. Okay, where students also reappear along with the normal combinations. And this is the law. Two factors or allelic forms that get separated during gamete formation, like that spell, and they produce the gametes. And there is only one of the factors, only one of the allelic forms. So here, capital T or small t. Here, small t or capital T. Okay. And although the parent was capital T, small t, the gamete will be having only one, either capital T or small t, and it will give rise to the F2 generation. And this is again the same law of segregation depicted in the pictorial form. The flower color, purple color is here, white flower is there, F1 generation again purple color, but the allelic form for white is present here. And while in gamete formation, these allelic forms, they get separated and we get 25% white flowered plants. The F2 problem. This is the third law of Mendel, the law of independent assortment. This law is in close association with the law of segregation. So now normally these two laws are stated or coupled together. The law of independent assortment and the law of segregation. So here, this is a continuation of the second law of segregation. The two allelic forms, separated or segregated, they are free now to make new combinations. They are free to choose its counterpart. Again, coming to our previous example of our classmates, see, after plus 2, you are in the graduate level now, in the college. Even in the plus 2 class, you were very close friends. But although you have done the very same stream, science stream, all will not get admission to the same college. Some may be going for medicine, some may be for engineering, some may be for some other course, some may be for agriculture, and some of the students from your very same class, in the very same stream, they are separated. They are free to move and they can make new combinations. Your classmates from the very same school are now in different programs here in this college. You have chosen botany program, BSc botany. Some of your programs have taken chemistry. Some have taken zoology. See, they are free to make new combinations, new friends in the new environment. This is the nutshell of the law of independent assortment. So the gametes separated during gamete formation, meiosis, they are now free to make new combinations. That's why we get this 9:3:3:1. Okay, the phenotypic relation. So here it is depicted pictorially. So we have the two allelic forms here, the pure round yellow seeds, and the gametes will be capital R, capital Y. This is wrinkled green, small, all recessive. It will be having a single type of gamete, small r, small y, and it will produce F1 hybrid, dihybrid, capital R, capital Y, small y. And when they are self-pollinated, F1 into F1 to produce the F2. Now this capital R is free to make any combination. It is free to move with the capital Y or small r or small y. In the very same way, the capital Y is free to move with the small r, capital R or small y or capital Y. So we get all the 16 combinations here, 16 combinations. And we get 9 yellow round, 3 yellow wrinkled, 3 green round and 1 green wrinkled F2 progenies. Okay, 4 types of phenotypic expressions are seen, although the parents were a single type, round yellow. This is the magic of genetics. This is the law proposed by Mendel after his long 8 years research and observation and analysis. So he could very systematically and scientifically say how it happened, how it is occurring, what are the proportions, how these allelic forms are moving about. So the law of segregation states that the allelic forms staying together are separated into different gametes independently of each other. And the law of assortment states that now these gametes can fuse. Capital R is free to move to any combination. Capital Y is free to move to any combination. Capital small r is free now. Small y is free. It can make any combination. The maximum number of combinations are 16 in number, and we get all these 16 types of phenotypic, morphological distinct plants. So, coming to the 3 laws in that condensed form. The law of dominance. One gene can mask another gene, dominant or recessiveness. That is the law of dominance. And the phenotype is the appearance of the organism, and genotype is the arrangement of genes or alleles. We have seen it earlier. Again, as a reminder, the appearance of the organism is called phenotype, and genetic constitution or makeup of the organism is called the genotype. Then we have the homozygous dominant or homozygous recessive or homozygous hybrid, heterozygous condition. And the law of segregation is the gamete formation. During meiosis, the gametes are formed by the separation of genes or alleles. The allelic forms will move to different gametes independently of each other. And that's the rule of number of gametes, that's 2n. 2n is diploid, and the gametes are n number of chromosomes or hybrids. And third law is the law of independent assortment. In the gamete formation, genes separate independent of each other. The allelic forms will separate independent of each other. The recessive allele is now free to make any combination. The dominant allele should not or it cannot always keep the recessive allele with it. And the exception is linkage. We will come to it later. In linkage, the genes are closely linked. When one is going, the other also will fall. Thank you.